I appreciate being the beard for happy hours for all of you. I'm usually not a party guy, but I was thinking about being funny, and I can't because I'm kind of emotional would be the proper word. I'm overwhelmed by the words of friends, which mean the most. I would say, Dan said it right, to the students who are here, who are the future sportscasters, newscasters, entertainment people of America. The people you surround yourself with means the most to your success that you could ever draw. And that's, if you saw that video and my friends here, and the fact that people came from all these different places in their lives, that's what's made me something. I've surrounded myself, been blessed to surround myself with not just talented people, but the best people, the salt of the earth, the good people, and they've made such a difference in my life, and I appreciate all that, and I appreciate so many of you guys for being here tonight. Dan with what he's doing, the sacrifice, so many of you, the people who are members of WAER, listeners who are loyal to the university, thank you for being here, current staff, from the academic world, from the administration here at Newhouse, friends within the university, my great friends the Edsons. Thomas, thanks for giving up senior talent night at school to hang out with me. Thomas Edson might be the youngest person here, but he's also the biggest future star of this room. He's one of my favorite people in the world. Thanks for being here, pal. Means more to me than you'll ever know, so thank you. For those of us who make our life talking about the actions of others, it is so damn uncomfortable that other people talk about you. Let's move on. I just wear makeup and talk for a living. I used to have a lot of hair, and now I don't. Let's get to the next game. I don't like talking about me. It is funny because, as Dan said, I like to be positive. I like to be in a good mood. Thankfully, my wife is coaching basketball with our kids tomorrow. That's why she and they can't be here tonight, because she would vouch that I do have bad moods. I have bad moments, but that'll go without being said. My WAER debut was, I was double dipping, and in the business that means working for two people at once, which is a great trait to have. Right? Rick Wright's the one who's bobbing his head the most. Rick who's found a way to do one thing and make money doing the same thing for two people at times, right? I was covering field hockey for the Daily Orange, and the first time I appeared on WAER was doing a report on a Syracuse field hockey game against Vermont. They lost 2-1. I think Lewis was the goaltender. Other than that, I can't remember a darn thing. But the funny part was, I thought I was going to be a sports writer. Publications, as Charlie pointed out. Maybe that explains why neither one of us had a girlfriend freshman year. I had such an unbelievable adrenaline rush and connection of telling people what was happening as it was going on, than sitting there watching it going back to writing. And I just knew this was for me. And I met Roger Mirabito and Dan Hort and all the people from their class who really set the bar for WAER way up here. And that's turned out to be what you guys have all kept going. And that's the most important part to us. There are a lot of people here who are here for the WJPZ reunion tomorrow. And you know that all of you were talented and pushed each other. And the ability that all of us had to push each other is the reason that we all come back and give back to our school. And there are great lessons that we learned from the professors and the academians. There's such a lesson that we learned because we showed up in a place that's hard to get into and a business that's hard to crack, and we realized that if we can do it here, we can do it anywhere. Because the best of the best were here. And that's still the case for all you guys and ladies who are here doing that same thing, chasing that same dream. So please do that. I remember being, two things I'll tell you here quick. The Marty Glickman documentary that HBO aired, that was sensational. It debuted in New York this summer, and I had the absolute thrill of a lifetime. You rarely get to be with the people who inspired you to do what you do and say thank you. And after the documentary, we went to a restaurant in New York and had dinner with Bob Costas and Marv Albert and their spouses and 7 or 8 other people at the table. And Sean McDonough was there with us, and I got a drink for Bob and for Marv and brought them a drink. And got to sit there and toast them and thank them for being the inspiration. I grew up as a kid in New York, and Marv Albert did the 6 o'clock news, the 11 o'clock news, the sportscast on the local news and NBC in New York. Did the Rangers and the Knicks, and then all the NBC stuff over the weekend, so I always thought, you just keep working. It's really not that hard a job. No matter how many assignments or words, just get there and do it. And as we went along, Marv wrote a book about sportscasting, said he went to Syracuse. That's when I decided I wanted to come here. And I found out of all the people, from Marty Glickman to Bob Costas on that continuum, who were the sportscasters of Syracuse. That's why I begged and borrowed and took out loans and was blessed to have a family to support me to get here. And the residue of that is not my career, it's my lifetime of friendships, like the people who are sacrificed a fun Friday night to be here. And like Paul said, one of my favorite titles in the world is Godfather. I'm the godfather to he and his beautiful wife Kim's oldest daughter. And those are the connections. These are lifetime connections. You all know your college roommates, your college pals, your college buddies. They are with you forever because they are the ones who can call you on more stuff than anyone else in the world. And it's okay. And it's great. And it makes you feel just like you were back in school. And that's what I love about what this place has been. I also remember our weekends. WAER used to be on the 4th floor of Newhouse 2. And I remember our Friday nights, right about this time, especially in the fall, watching this steady stream of our friends go down Marshall Street. And we are there, I know some of you who are in school now find it hard to believe, with reel-to-reel tapes, and razor blades, and tape to edit together, and wait, where's that minute of the feature that I took out? I can put it back in. Where is it? And dragging it through you hear all the old people laughing. Go to Belfar over there and go check out what audio used to look like before the digital world. We all like to tell you we're tougher than we were. And I remember watching everybody else go down Marshall Street. And then one day it hit me, this was our fraternity, this was our sorority, this was our group. And you know what fraternities and sororities do? They make lifelong bonds. And that's exactly what this has done for all of us. And I'm really glad that I never rushed any frat, that I waited for Dan Hort and Roger and their class to clear me to do sportscast on WAER. And that we hung out summers together and figured out that we really want to do this, and this is really a difference maker in our lives. The traditions last. Traditions last only because people believe in them, they buy in them, they support them. And the professional staff of WAER took over. It was a very contentious thing when the students used to run WAER, and then there was a professional staff that was brought in. And you can make arguments, a circular argument of what's better, but I do know this, that we were all touched by some professionals who helped shape our careers, as the current WAER staff is now. So thank you to the professional staff here and not here, before us and now, who have helped make this station what it is. And I just always hope that Newhouse and the Newhouse tie, look, this is the flag we fly the proudest of our sports alums and those people in the business. Oh, he went to Syracuse, he went to Syracuse. Most of you are on Twitter, you see that we all tweet each other's tweets. Because we're all really damn proud. There was a day where there were 4 basketball games in a row on ESPN, and they were all WAER alums that did the games. Yeah. And I'm like, that is really, really cool. It's awesome. I don't care what college radio station you went to, you're not as good as us. Because that's the task that's been passed down from year to year to year. And we continue to pass it down, and the coolest thing is to do an SU game, which I rarely do, or come to the Dome, and I love to walk by and say hi to the WAER staff that's doing the game. Because you're continuing a tradition that goes back, not years, goes back decades and generations, and has impacted hundreds and hundreds of lives for all of us. And that's why something like this means so much, because we can proudly put our chest out and say all the people who've come before us and since, because nobody else can say that. So keep pushing that tradition. That's your responsibility to force the next generation to be better than you. And we love knowing that you guys are going to do a much better job than we have. Still to this day, I'm overwhelmed by the connection with my school, Syracuse. I love the people of this place. This building would not be here if not for David Rubin, where's Dave? David's over here, and Lynn Vanderhook. Yeah, and Lynn, there's David, and Lynn Vanderhook. The vision for a new house, to realize we had to keep going forward, was there. And they were able to find water in the desert to make this thing happen, and put a lot of their blood and sweat and tears and years into this place. And the same thing's happening with the Dick Clark studio that's going to open in September. It's just so great that we keep getting better. But it didn't matter what was here, we had the content and the people to make it special. So I just appreciate all of what you folks have done over the years. And now John Nicholson is doing a tremendous job of getting our sports, in terms of not formal education truly, but just such a concentration to finish off this whole Newhouse foundation that we build. So when something happens on your watch as a sportscaster, you know how to handle it, and now we get you ready at the back end of it to be the great sportscasters and live to our dream. I'm really lucky because I met my wife here, and she's the better basketball player of the family, and she gave all the basketball genes to my kids and all that stuff, and I know all that, I hear it all the time. But Syracuse is a place I love, and it's a place that I continue to grow every time I come back. And I'm really honored about this night, but I'm really excited about tomorrow, getting to sit and talk to students. And I just ask that all of you who have a Syracuse connection, please continue to reconnect and push your friends to reconnect to our place. It is our place, and it always is and always will be, and we can make it better. And people like Mary, who's done such an incredible job, and Joe, I can't thank you personally enough for embarrassing me for the last 90 minutes, for making me sit here and realize the weight I've gained, the hair I've lost, the opportunities I've missed over the years. But seriously, when a place that matters to you reaches out and says thank you for being one of us, there's no greater honor. There really is not. And of all the titles that I have, Dad is the top one, and you all who are parents know that that's the ultimate title. And after that, when people identify me, I have such pride when they identify me from Syracuse. But all of you who are here really know that I'm from WAER, and above the university and Newhouse and everything else, this was my home, is my home, and will be my home, because it's my closest friends and the people that mean the most to me, and the memories that mean the most to me. And hopefully we got out before the top of the hour. So we can get to some random meaningless NPR feature. That means a great deal to the woman who's in Chittenango knitting $20 for her mug, out of which she drinks her vermouth. But I just want to really thank all of you for taking the time out of your lives to let me know that the 4 years, there's one thing I forgot to say, I was never the sports director at WAER. I got the job and didn't take it because I got the job at Channel 5. And still pisses me off to this day that was the one title that I never had. So any of the guys who are still here, if you can make me sports director for a day, I just want to clear somebody for like a weekend sportscast. Seriously, the place means so much, and you people mean so much. The fact that you gave up some of a Friday night in the middle of this beautiful summer that we're having to come inside, drink, and listen to people just ridicule a network TV sportscaster, it's appreciated. I really do appreciate all of you and the station, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me just the opportunity to share in such a wonderful experience. Thank you so much.